Look, man, if a woman acts masculine, she acts masculine, and then you could do about her. Now, unless there's something you into, fellas, don't get with them. It's going to show early as possible. That feminine, look, that shit don't turn on like a light switch, man. Either it's in her or it's not. Either she's that way or she's not. She can front for so long, but that true, it's going to fall to that default mode. It's going to come out. It's going to show every time. Ellen J's going to take one situation, one scenario, one disagreement, or you don't do something where she wants you to do in the timely manner that she wanted done. It's going to come out. Now, when it comes out, one or two things you got to do, fellas: either address it or walk away from it. Leave her ass at the goddamn restaurant. That's during that courting period. Now, she shouldn't be your wife and she's still acting like this. If she's your wife and she's still acting like this, either you accept that and you okay with it, or you a goddamn fool for dealing with it. You have to address it as soon as possible. Don't keep putting it off. Don't kick the can down the road like a politician. Don't sweep it under the goddamn rug. Address it. Now, ladies, if you got a man that's feminine, you already in trouble. Now you got a girlfriend. You ain't got no goddamn man. And that's what you wanted. Somebody you can vent to, talk to, and be around. You didn't want to be sissified because you still want some dick from him. But you at least want to be able to interact with you, cater to you, cower down to you. It's the not way men are. I'm all for gender roles. I don't wash dishes. Only time I cook is when I get on the grill. I don't clean shit. I don't make the bed. None of that shit. That's what my lady does. That's what my future wife does. Now me, when things gotta come for me to fix some shit, get some shit done, decisions to be made, I gotta do it. I also gotta take that loss if we take one. But I want my wins when I get them. I'll leave it there.
All right, so Hank, let me get to understanding. If you're with somebody, then those are things that she does, but it's just hypothetically used by yourself. Like you would make your bed up if you was home by yourself. Or you just don't make it up at all.
No, where's she at? Is she out of town for a while? Or, but I mean, is it some reason she's not there?
No, I'm just saying if you're single, let's just say that you didn't have anybody.
Oh, no. If I'm single, yeah. If I'm single, I do what I gotta do.
Okay, I got it.
I have to cook if I'm single. I mean, but once Mrs. Hink comes in the picture, she already knows. I'm gonna lay it out before we say I do. It's not gonna be a surprise. I'm not gonna gotcha moment. No, this is part of the vetting questions. These are the part of the questions we gotta ask. How do you feel about gender roles? Are you for them or against them? Is there a problem with them? Do you have a problem with doing these certain things? If so, then I adjust accordingly. Either you get left at the restaurant or you make it to the altar.
I have a question, Hank. Could the same thought process also be used on the other end for men? So if you're on a first date with a man, you're asking and vetting these questions. If you see that he's overly masculine, I'm running this dictatorship type of thing, do we also leave him at the restaurant?
So
or do we give him that grace? Or do we give him that grace to be more emotionally available as time goes on, nurturing that relationship?
So as a man, I'm not going to be dating another man. So I'm going to answer from so you want to know from women. Okay, I got you. So with that being said, yeah, a woman should always have tough questions. Expect a question. If she's for gender roles and that's what she's looking for in a man, to do certain things, then she needs to present that and give that man the opportunity to say yay or nay. Now, if he can't handle it and you can't accept that, then you keep it moving. But if you can, then good luck with your situation.
Do you think that the majority of masculine men who come to the table with the things that you say know that they have to open up emotionally later on? Like, generally, as the dating pool, are men who are masculine and have that thought process know that if they're going to have a long-term healthy relationship, that they have to be emotionally available to that lady?
Well, what's a masculine
man? Masculine man got to do with being emotionally available. That has nothing to do with that, though.
that plays into the question. These, you know, if a man is being masculine, like, and he's running his household as he says, is he cognizant of the fact of how emotionally available he's going to be down the line with that lady? And does he reveal
A
that?
man's always so a man's going to be emotionally available regardless if he's overly masculine, as you call it, or not. Why wouldn't he be? He's willing to
and that's my
listen to
question.
cooperate. Okay, and he's willing. A man's going to be willing to listen. Look, most time men do listen. Men listen more than they talk. In case y'all ladies didn't know that, men do a lot more listening and talk because y'all ladies love to talk. Y'all love to communicate. We the best listeners in the world. Now, y'all don't always agree with what we have to say, our opinions, if that's what you're looking for, or our feedback, because we're going to be logical, straight to the forward with you, more than likely not. Or you're going to have those with pandas and going to tell you what you want to hear. Now, that's some other type of men I was telling you about. I was explaining. But the masculine men we're talking about, yeah, they're going to give you their opinions. They're going to give you their thoughts and their facts and their feelings. They're going to share it. Now, are you willing and open to receive those? That's the thing. Are you going to create a space where a man can share his feelings and emotion? A lot of times, ladies are not. A lot of times, ladies won't allow that to happen because they can't hold water. Like I said, they love to talk. And sometimes they talk too much to too many people. So why is our business with everybody instead of in our circle of two? That's a problem. So when a man sees that, he hears that, what makes you think he wants to share? So the public could know? It's not for the public. I share this with you in confidence and hoping that you can hold water.
Yeah,
Right
no,
on.
I think that goes back to that point, to that story that you have brought up with an overly masculine man running his household and the wife after 7 years maturing emotionally and then wanting to leave. It's even the usage of you saying a masculine man, like I'm unsure as to what you mean by that. It almost seems as if a man being masculine is this detrimental thing. I think that the term toxic masculinity, I think came in and just ran a rampage upon our culture. And what's crazy about it too, when I first heard about it, someone had called me a toxic masculinity, and it was a gay guy. You know, it was like bro, what is this? And the fact that it's just a man being a man, and being demonized, I think that adds to the context of women demonizing this thought process of control. So what do you mean exactly by a masculine man?
Well, Hank answered the question. So, yes, the majority of men who are laying correctly in their masculinity are going to be emotionally available for the relationship. That's what my initial question was. So, he answered it.
I think traditionally, Ali, I think traditionally men weren't as forthcoming with their emotions. I think our era has been probably the first that's been introduced with, you know, opening up a little more and communicating a little more, or even knowing how to communicate. Because back then, you know, they didn't even know how. Like, how do I say this? How do I even? Because you know, they were taught to not even complain. They didn't complain. You had dudes who was walking around with cancer, but still going to work, still like the family ain't know, then boom, all of a sudden he dropped dead. They didn't know how to communicate that stuff. Like, I went to the doctor and found out that this pain in my ribs is actually, they didn't know how to do that. You know, we are probably the first generation, you know, being, I would say, from like 35 to 45 that kind of actually were provided the tools with how to communicate, you know,
Right.
open up more. And even us, we still do that with caution, because you have some people, you have to make sure that if you're communicating, you're doing it to a person that is qualified to even handle that information, and not just beat you over
But
the head with, you know, 6 months later when things don't go their way.
Right. That's
but
why I
Jay,
was getting a
that's not
temperature check of
completely,
it.
but that's not completely true. We do know how to communicate. It's just who, like you said, Jay, is who you communicate with. I may not can't if so. Lady T was my lady. I feel like I can't communicate with her because I shared something with her prior to, and she let me down. But guess what? Who I'm able to talk to, Sweeney, man. Look, you got a few moments. I need to run something by you. I need to talk to you about some shit. I'm going through some hard times, man. I need your advice. What do you think I should do? And we able to talk to me. So it's not that we don't know how to talk to, communicate or nothing like that. It's just an individual who you with need to make you feel comfortable enough to have that conversation. I need to feel comfortable enough with Lady T to open up and share it with her and pray and hope she doesn't let me down again. That's I think that's where the communication. Men always sit around in barbershops at the cigar bar or hung around in the backyard while drinking a beer, talk out shit and do it. That was our form of communication. Now we didn't go all the way into details about everything, but we still kind of brushed the surface of it or whatever the situation we dealing with.
So
go ahead, lady. I'm trying to.
If you can communicate with your boys, then you can communicate with your woman. So it is a matter of communicating, like, and skill communication, like the way, like how your capability, like your level of mastery as it relates to communication. So that's that. But I don't know why it always seems as though like a woman's like inability to be receptive to no, let me change that, because being receptive is actually a part of being feminine, right? But I don't know why it seems as though like a woman's willingness to sacrifice to the point of being a detriment to herself is always what's used to kind of measure how feminine a woman is.
That's not how that is. Everybody is not to measure how good of a woman she is, but everybody is measured by their level of
how good of a woman she is.
You know what I mean? Tied to her being, you're speaking to the whole sacrifice to being a good woman or what they're labeled as. But
I'm speaking specifically to women being called masculine versus being called feminine if they disagree with a man or have any kind of pushback or whatever towards men. Like, I'm speaking specifically to whether or not a woman is willing to sacrifice of herself to her own detriment, or not being considered a woman that's more masculine or feminine.
Well, no, I think that women, my bad, women that are considered masculine in that situation, they say that when they're combative. It's not you not going with or agreeing or whatever the case may be. That's going to happen. We're two human beings. That's going to happen. But if you're combative in that situation, then that's when you become masculine.
But some guys say that a woman not agreeing is a woman being combative, right? Like some
it's not what you do, it's how you do it.
I agree, but there are men who operate from ego that might say that a woman disagreeing simply for disagreeing is being combative or disagreeable. Yeah, she doesn't agree to that point that you're making, or maybe the way that you're deciding to go about a thing, but that doesn't necessarily mean that she's generally disagreeable or combative. And I think that that's a lot of times
but
people speak from that space of like wounded or egotistical ears when they go classing and like projecting their perspective of another person onto them. Do you get what I'm saying?
It makes sense, but what we have to do is that, yeah, obviously there's fringes to every group, but when you look at the general consensus on how men view masculine women, right? We're not talking about the guy who can't even have his woman simply disagree with the decision he makes. To be honest, there's a reason why women have to be feminine with men, because it can be dangerous. If me and Viz get into it in a masculine way, that comes to blows. Fists are going to be thrown. You know what I mean? So when women step out of their femininity and they step into their masculine role with a man, it can be very dangerous for that relationship. There's a reason why they say it's when women, feminine coaches and everything, talk about how to talk to a man, because the way you talk to him can elicit a certain response. Just like Viz can come at me and talk to me a certain kind of way, that there ain't gonna be no more words being exchanged. We ain't got shit to say now. And that's the same thing. And then what happens is the reason why men need their women to be feminine is because we have to hold back ourselves from reacting the way we would normally react in that situation. When somebody gets beside themselves with us, I have to hold back that, man, if you was a nigga right now, I'd knock the shit out of you.
And you have to include the fact that we're intimate. This, if you're my woman, Ali, if we're together and I get into it with Sweeney and you talking to me the same way that Sweeney is, it's even more impactful and painful when it's coming from you. You know what I'm saying? Because you're my woman. This is supposed to be my safe space. So again, going back to that example that you use, and I think that that's a really good example, that the woman matured emotionally, but this man during this 7-year period, you know what I'm saying? Like what is going on in the household where this man does not feel comfortable enough to soften, to become what it is that woman wants him to be.